Session 6, and I'm pleased to present Mr. Creighton Moxey. I call him my nephew. He is Mr. Entrepreneur himself. He recently graduated with a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship. I'm here to tell you a little bit more about himself. And he's only 20 something. 23 years old. So he's a young, brilliant young man, and he will share with you today. And he only spent $4. Wow. Give him a hand, please.
What's up, everyone? So the $4 thing, I was really just trying to buy. A lot of things you thought you needed, you really didn't need, just saying. And then like with the haircut and stuff for me, like I've been going months built up before, so but anyway, I here to talk to you all about recruitment, right? I forgot it. Okay, I came here to talk to you all about recruitment, right? And I guess I should share a little bit light on what I do in life. Like, okay, what I do right now is I have a marketing and branding company. So what we do is developing their business plans, develop content strategies for people, different marketing strategies. You can do everything with us from get your logo developed, get an entire plan developed, and that's pretty much my focus. I also do a lot of consultancy, so I actually was a consultant for the Bahamas Small Business Development Center, but I decided to resign from that position because it was taking so much of my time. It might have been rewarding in terms of being able to generate some revenue and stuff like that, but I wasn't able to focus on what I really want to do. And what I really want to do is impact communities and have a lasting effect on the people of the Bahamas. And I figured my way of doing that is by developing my business, taking some time, and then being able to go back into communities and communities I found specifically in Morocco and reinvest in these communities. So as a whole spiel so to get a kind of idea of who I am and what I'm about. But we're talking about recruitment today, right? And I actually like to talk about it. I've actually never talked about recruitment specifically, but I do marketing, I do branding, so I understand that all ties into it. So part of recruitment, right? What you're really trying to do is get people attached or attracted to what you're trying to do and get them to actually want to join your organization and be a part of that. And the way you do that is by presenting value to them and actually connecting with them emotionally so they're attracted to what you're doing. And you do that. The first step in being able to do that, you gotta know what your organization is about. So if I try to go to you, right, and sell you on, say, some jewelry or some kind of, I'll use jewelry as an example, right? And I can't tell you anything about this jewelry. Why would you buy it from me? For example, I had a client come to me one time, right? And they came in our office and they said, someone had told them to do marketing. They wanted to talk about marketing their jewelry. It was just a necklace. And I was like, okay, I can market that for you, right? But tell me about it. When I asked them to tell me about it, they were like, looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what you mean, tell me about it? And I was like, tell me about this jewelry. What's the story behind it? What's the philosophy behind it? You as a person, you don't really have a big name, so how are you trying to go there and sell a luxury product that's worth thousands of dollars? Why are they gonna buy it from you? What positions you in their mind that they say they want to buy it from you? And that's something I'll talk about too, positioning. So in life, right, we have a bunch of people, a bunch of stuff that bombard us with different thoughts. And we never think about it, but we really get something because of the way it positions itself in our mind. So for example, right, when you go in a store and you buy Nike shoes, it's a reason you buy Nike shoes that you don't even think about. You buy into the brand, like you buy into what they're about, and you might buy into the practical value, the quality. But before you even think about all that logical stuff, you're thinking about how it emotionally attaches to you. So if I'm trying to get someone to buy into the group I'm involved in, I gotta be able to sell them on that and be able to get them attached emotionally. I could say all the logic of this and that, but I gotta be able to get them some kind of emotional attachment so that they buy into the cause and are willing to stay committed to it in the long term. So in terms of with your groups, right, what you should try to do in your recruitment process is, if you already have old videos, footage would be the best. Because with old videos, they help a lot because you're able to go out and actually show people what you've been doing, the impact your organization has been having, and then they can buy into that and see themselves being able to do that same thing. Every time you're trying to get someone involved in something, they gotta see what the value is in it for them. And that might sound kind of selfish, but people really care about how they're benefiting from something. So if I can see that, okay, say I'm interested in plants, right? And you have a group on campus that helps with people being able to take their plants and plant new plants and all that stuff. If you position it as doing a video showing yourself, going out and doing that and showing the impact of something, and then you present that to me, I'm gonna be connected to that. You targeted that straight to me. So a part of marketing is understanding who you're trying to reach and who you're trying to connect with and targeting that message specifically to them. So if you send a message that is based on plants to me, and I love plants, I'm gonna connect with that, and it's more likely that you'll convert me into someone who wants to be a part of your group. So that's a big thing in being able to recruit people. And then being able to recruit people also is your branding. So I started talking about some of the digital ways, and we have a lot of different mediums to distribute messages. A lot of you think of social media and you just think it as social media, go on there, look at the funny tweets, laugh, a couple of things, and that's life, right? But for a lot of people, it's actually a business. And I don't want you to think of social media as just being a business or just being this. Just think of it as a distribution channel. So in life, you always have different distribution channels, and distribution channels are basically a way to get out your message. So I don't know if a lot of you noticed this, but the icon for Twitter is a bird, right? And no one really ever thinks about why the icon is a bird. The reason they made the icon a bird is because you're trying to get one message and just spread it out to a bunch of people. And that's how they used to spread messages back in the day. They used to tie a little message to the bird's leg and send it off, and that's how they used to spread messages. So Twitter's using that now because it's a distribution channel to do the same thing. The only thing is now we have advances in technology, so they're using technology to do that same thing. So think of Twitter as a way to just spread your message. Or think of social media as a way to spread your message. And the thing about spreading your messages, right, there'll always be new channels. One time radio didn't exist, one time television didn't exist, it'll always be something new. So I'm not the type of person to be like, I love, social media will be the best thing forever, right? Because it'll change, it'll always be something new. But you gotta look and observe at the most efficient and effective ways to get out your messages. She just talked about finances, right? So why would I spend $1,000, $2,000 to put a newspaper ad in the thing about people being recruited to my organization, right? But at one time, in say like the Thursday paper, right? Some people might read it, but you mightn't be targeting that to the right people, and then a lot of people won't read it. A lot of people don't read the newspaper, so they ain't gonna see it, right? But I could just use my phone. You don't even need to buy an expensive camera, right? Record what we're doing, capture that, and tell a story to someone, right? I can put that online on various social media channels and redistribute that as many times as I want to. So that newspaper thing, you pay your money, you pay thousands of dollars, right? You send that out once. Okay, if someone sees it, they see it. If a lot of people don't see it, they don't see it, and then you don't never get to redistribute it without spending that money again, right? When I can just develop content on my camera of capturing the same message and being able to tell that story and present it online over and over and over at a way cheaper cost. So for example, right, I don't know, I saw y'all ever saw sponsored ads on Instagram. I could easily go on my phone right now and I could pay $6 over the course of 3 days, so $2 a day, right? And I could promote a video, send the same message I would put in that newspaper article to 1,000 or like 2,000 people, depending on how I can change that based on how I change the days and stuff like that, right? But you could send that message to them. Way more people can see it, but the next thing is you could target your message. So, Facebook, Instagram is owned by Facebook. Facebook has a lot of our personal information. We give it to them for free. You go in there, you sign up, you like various things, you show them what you're interested in. So they have a way better understanding of who you are than you would really think. And also the next thing that just came out, they actually been listening to like your messages, like turning the mics on people's phones to like listen to what they talk about and stuff. So that's a whole different thing. But they know a lot about you, right? So they're able. So they know a lot about you, right? So anyway, they know a lot about you, right? So they're able to target ads specifically to what your interests are. So like I said, right, if I talk about plants and then I target it to someone who's interested in plants, it's more likely that they'll convert because they're interested in it. I can talk about plants all day, but if that person only care about cats, then I'm wasting my time. So you gotta go to the people and be able to articulate a message to interest the people who can be interested in what you have to offer. So with that, right, I can target at that one time, reach the specific people that I know would be interested in what my group has to offer, recruit them, get them interested. You have people coming into your organization who really care about the cause, so that means they can fight with you in the long run. They can spend them extra hours. You might not have to pay a lot of them money if money was a thing, and you win it. But you win it because you take the time to target and recruit properly and efficiently. I can go all about the place recruiting, but you can be wasting your time, and time is so valuable. I can't just come over that point. Time is very valuable. You only have a limited amount of time. You only have a certain capacity. You can do certain things, and you only have certain resources, right? So you got to use your time wisely. So if I'm trying to get people and recruit them, I want to recruit as efficiently as possible. So I want to send my message to the people who will really be interested in those messages. And then the thing I love about the new distribution channel of social media is that, okay, I'm going to spend that $6 right then. There ain't no reason after those 3 days, and I can just send that over and over and over and retarget it. And you have your own content you created that you can redistribute as much as possible. And you don't have to worry about the people who own the newer stuff or whatever saying, oh, there's so much spaces, or I don't want you to put this back in our paper and then there, or this and that. So you can bypass all that. There's so many ways for us to bypass stuff now with the technology we have. Even in terms of being able to present yourself. Like a lot of you in here probably, some of you might want to be an entrepreneur, and some of you might want to get a job. but you could use social media to help you get a job. And people don't think it, right? If I take a piece of paper nowadays with a resume to someone, right, and I try to present that on them to their secretary, a lot of people's secretaries, they might look at you and they might have some kind of hatred towards you. A lot of them won't have your paper and throw it in the garbage just because they feel like you're a threat to their position. They don't want you in that position, right? So instead of doing that, why would I not just utilize a platform like LinkedIn, which is the digital resume, put out content on myself so people can find out about who you are, what you're interested in, and actually be able to leverage that into getting the opportunities you want to get. For example, right, at 23 years old, I was an advisor at the Small Business Development Center, which I said I recently resigned from. And I got this position from putting out various free articles on platforms like LinkedIn about marketing, branding, various elements of business. And they could see I knew what I was talking about, right? So instead of me helping to go towards them and say, can you all please hire me to do this, do that? I never had to do that. They came to me and asked me to do it because they knew I knew what I was talking about. And I did that by putting out free information online that got them interested. So what you need to do is take some time to develop content for your various groups. First of all, find out what your group is about. You really become passionate about that because then you'll be able to tell a story of what your group is about better. And you can develop content around that and distribute that to all the people. And then that's how you recruit people better. And even on your campus, right, your group can be fighting with another group. It's like, not actually physically fighting, but like partnering. That's like business. It's positioning, right? So when you walk into a store, they have a bunch of products on the shelf, right? But why do you always buy the same product? Why do you always buy Mahatma Rights? Why do you always buy these different things? You buy them because they don't position themselves in that spot. So a good story of this would be, with soda, right? Coca-Cola was the first people to make a cola soda, right? Like their slogan is actually it's the real thing. Like they were the first people to make the Coca-Cola soda, right? And when the company Pepsi wanted to compete with them, Pepsi understood that they wouldn't get any more market share. They'd always be number 2 if they positioned themselves as a Coke soda, right? But they made Mountain Dew as like the anti-Coke soda because they realized that Coke had already dominated the position in that person's mind as the first Coke soda. So what you need to do is figure out how to position yourself. Another story of this is, right? Actually, I ain't going too much into that. But the thing you really need to do is figure out how to position yourself as the group that someone wants to be in. When they think of the best group on UB's campus, you want your group to be number 1 in their mind. So you got to work towards positioning yourself as that. And you could do that through your physical presence, actually interacting with people in person, but you also could take advantage of the digital assets available to you. So yeah, that's kind of my thing. So please questions, please. I know I probably talk over the whole thing really fast. So some questions, please. I mean, and that was kind of like broken down, right? Like simple. All right, I don't because I didn't listen to speeches when people come in like you can't understand.
Sorry, you just said on
LinkedIn. LINK, oh my spells. EDIN. It's like you are please go on. And that's the thing. That's pretty much the business version of Facebook. Yeah, so take advantage of that.
So what is the best group on UB's campus?
What's that?
Yes.
Yes? What's EAS?
I want someone from every group to tell Khalid something about your group. Please, someone from every group. Can you tell me who joined that group? Someone from every group, let's go.
You said 10%.
Convince him to join your group in 30 seconds. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, I am the current Vice President of the National Society of Leadership and Success. It's an international-based honor society that is based in New Jersey. The organization is geared towards building leadership skills and helping you to develop those leadership skills. Also, once you join it, it's a one-time payment. Once you join it, you're in it for life. The benefits of it is awards, scholarships, discounts at different stores in the United States. And if you were to put it on your your resume, and you plan to go to the States to work, you get first preference for jobs.
Okay, so you can leverage into that. Just a question, in terms of like leadership, do you have people that come in and speak or like,
Yes.
Okay, so that's like one of the main strategies to
Yeah.
empower people to be leaders. Okay, that's cool.
You convinced to join them, please?
Doreen, I interested a little bit. Yeah, I'm interested. And that's the thing too. The fact that it's only 60 seconds, she did a great job because I just been like reading a lot about advertising and stuff, right? And people think like people can work like people that really get connected to your cause and like a short message. It's really the long scripts and stuff that get people engaged and get them connected where you understand all the information. So for her to only have 60 seconds, she provided a lot of good information.
Yeah. Sisterhood?
I think they saw a sister one on Instagram. You know the page? Yeah, it's a girl. I know a girl, Aria, I don't know.
She's one of the first.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember I got like a prayer with her. I said, yeah, I like sisters.
Okay, sorry. I am the upcoming president of Sister, and my main focus this year is to build a better bond with young ladies, like to help them deal with depression, because I used to deal with depression, so I know, and I really want all the ladies to speak to us and tell, like, give us wisdom and understanding. Like, that's a big thing for me.
I like that. I like what she did with she tapped into my emotions a little bit. I was feeling it with understanding the struggles you go through and then trying to translate that into helping this cause. So that shows that you're really passionate about these things, so you keep driving forward and just happen. And then I just like the name in general. So a part of branding too is, again, name is part of your brand. So the fact that you mentioned sisterhood and the things you talk about, I like that because I am empowering, the sisters around me. Like,
All right, yes?
Yes.
Okay, hi, my name is Nika. I'm the Vice President of the Education Awareness Society. I'm all about uplifting upcoming students. So our goal for this year is for our brand and teachers to be stronger and to just help one another, because as teachers we have a important role to fulfill. So if we don't, if we need help, we want to be able to help each other and not tear each other down, then our job is vital to our generation. So we just want to be more close-knit and help each other and just build the best one that we can for our future generation.
For sure. I actually like that because, like you said, teachers are very vital. Teachers and farmers. Like if you don't got teachers and farmers, your whole nation is doing. So you need people to be able to make food for you and supply those things, but then you need people to be able to supply you mentally and supply you knowledge. I love the association. My only thing is I wish I had more input on how the educational system actually functions, because we have a lot of things that's just detrimental. So yeah, but I love the association. The teachers definitely need to be valued more. I don't understand how the people who invest in your brain are the people who have to struggle to get their pay or be crying to get my parent or something like that. That's all right. But then everyone else will get paid for foolishness. So,
Exactly.
yeah, so power to teachers.
SEM? Someone has to be on SEM. Science club? Study club.
You know our representative here. Understand my club? Okay, so that's one of my join Okay, so the science club, what we try to promote is literally just learning to love your environment. It's nothing complicated, it's literally just knowing why plastic is dangerous, why you need our oceans, why you would want your grandkids and grandkids' kids to live in a world that's, healthy and not full of toxicity. Yeah. Exactly. Right. So what we try to do is we try to get students of an appreciation for where they live, especially if we call this home. You know what I mean? All
right. That's why, like, you being able to articulate that, like you have captured that on a video, that's perfect because you being able to articulate that information is so much better for your cause, right? Because when you said science club, the first thing my mind went on is chemistry, and I hate chemistry, sorry. But like that's the first thing my mind went on, and I was like, I don't want to be doing chemistry, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But when you break it down into the practical sense of how this is helping us and what the causes and stuff like that, it just makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And then we gotta be able to preserve this environment, and then we also gotta be able to have some ownership in this environment, but that's a whole different story.
Saucy.
Oh, saucy. That's what it is.
Okay, I am president of the Saucy Dance Club, and basically this club, it consists of a group of individuals that are not afraid to be themselves. They show confidence, whether through dance, entertainment. You don't, in order to be in this club, you don't really have to know how to dance. There's stuff like videography.
Y'all can teach me how to dance? Because I can't.
Got you.
Like, she comment right now, she always saying, like, I think I got it a little bit, but I think she killed my confidence. So that's the next important thing. Y'all gotta instill confidence in your children. So, mommy, you listen to this right now. Sometimes you told me I couldn't dance, and the reason I can't dance, you put a mental block on me. But you can finish.
Oh yeah, this group is very family orientated. As soon as from speaking personally, when I entered this club, I was really, closed and shy, but now I'm really more courageous and more bold and out there.
That's powerful.
And that's basically it. You would really find yourself and you would really learn to be yourself.
I love that. And then, I love that. That's like a key to advancing in life. And then too, even with your groups, right? Your groups gotta find itself. And you gotta be able to, when you find yourself, you're able to position yourself and be in a blue ocean. So a blue ocean is pretty much where, I'll tell you what a red ocean is first. A red ocean is where a bunch of people trying to fight over the same fish, a bunch of sharks, right? And they fighting up all the fish in the same area. You fighting over the same resources. You turn the water red, it's bloody. But you could also have your own blue ocean where you do something unique. Instead of trying to get on the snappers, you go try again with Jack or something over there, and you go chase after that. You in your own ocean, your water still blue and stuff like that. You in your own lane doing your own thing. And you are able to do that when you find out what it makes you unique. So with all your groups, you all gotta find out what makes you all unique and tap into that. Because that's the only way you can position yourself as something people see as different. So, for example, right, if everyone in here just programmed themselves to try to be, which society tries to do us, program themselves to try to be exactly like each other, right, you would never stand out. Why would someone look at you and be like, that person is more valuable than that person if all y'all do the same thing? That's like, for example, right, even getting a degree, right, you gotta be able to tap into that degree and make that valuable. So there's a lot of people in school who got the same degree as me, but they never really tapped into it to make it valuable. So if you taking that degree to someone, right, through the traditional means of taking that paper out there and presenting that on their desk, right, how are they really able to look into that paper and see what differentiates you? You gotta add some type of value in yourself to be able to stand out in the marketplace. That's why I also like mediums like LinkedIn, because it's a way for me to present who I am unfiltered. I can type out some words on the resume and present it and say, this is who I am. But if I do a video that's like just depicting my old character, you can see all my movements, you can see how I really think, you can see how I vibe. That's a whole different feeling for someone. That recruiter, instead of just looking at you like a number, like this number 200 and, what's that number, like 232, right? Instead of them just looking at you like using number 232, they look at you and see a value in you as a person, and they connect emotionally, and then they're interested in you being a part of their organization. So yeah.
Social work.
Well, currently I'm the president of social work. This club is basically just coming off the ground because it wasn't like how it used to be. And the reason why I think that, well, first of all, I think everyone in this room should be a part of the social work club, because social work is not just about how they have it for social workers that they just go into the children's home or they take children from their parents or so forth. But no, social workers are basically a society in which we help individuals. We help individuals not just with children, we help with mental, we help with addiction, we help with many other stuff. Just like how we had to speak with Mr. Martin. We help basically with your entire being. So with our society, what we're doing is not just for social workers, it's for students and others who just want to be a part of something great, who want to make a change and not just say, hey, they're not going to just sit down and talk about it, they're actually going to put action into it. So that's basically what our society is.
I would definitely join the club, just saying. Like I really want to make a change in society, and when you position it that way, it makes me want to join. So, Vince, what you just explained, right, is that, and this is like a tip for you with your group, what you just explained is that there's a stigma behind the social stuff, right, where they label it as, every time you take a social, it's positioned in someone's mind as, take my child, I ain't get my child back, this, that, problems with the family, all that. But when you position it in the next way, and you put out a more stories about that, and more, depict that type of brand philosophy more, you build your reputation as being about that, and then when people think about you, they think about that instead of thinking about all the old bad stuff. So it's, instead of thinking about negative stuff, they think about positive stuff, and when they think about positive, and you connect with them positively, they're gonna connect with you. So that's nice.
Yeah. Okay, so like I was telling you earlier, CASA is basically an entrepreneurial club. It's not just about the business minded, but we just also do community service.
Social entrepreneurship.
Right.
Solid.
Exactly. So this semester, what we're focusing on is introducing students on campus as well as off campus into the entrepreneurial world, helping them to develop their business, as well as helping them to give back to their community. So that's what we're focusing on specifically this semester.
And I just love the fact that you mentioned not just on campus, but outside the campus, because there shouldn't, for example, right, people being able to get on the campus, there might be a barrier entry to them actually being able to get out. They might have the money to be able to afford to get it, right? But they might have some really good ideas. There has to be that collaboration at the end of the day. We're all being, so we have to find various ways to collaborate and push our society forward. I don't think that we should lock people out just because they're not able to pay to gain access to certain education, or they might have certain circumstances that don't give them the luxury of that time to try to commit themselves to that. I mean, you always can learn, but you might not have time to be able to sit down in a formal setting and educate yourself, so that's powerful. And then entrepreneurship is powerful. If we don't own that, we don't control that, so we gotta be able to create sustainable systems where we can do our thing. I like that. I'll be an entrepreneurship club for sure.
FDA?
Student government.
Yes, student government.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so my name is Ophelia. This is my first year being a part of SGA, but from my experience of being at UB, they've always been a club or an organization that helps you with service and helps you with your problems. Whereas my position being senator, I work hand in hand with students with their issues that they may have academic-wise, they may have policy-wise, and making sure that their rights as a student is fulfilled.
I like that. So you're pretty much the voice for change. You advocate on behalf of the students.
Pretty much.
So that means you all would probably have like meetings and stuff. You all sit down and they let you know what problems they see and stuff like that, and you address it. So he's a change agent. That's solid.
Yeah.
Oh no, some big
And the last group is Northern Royals. Woo!
Wait, what's that?
Northern Royals are student ambassadors.
Okay, well, this is the first time that we've actually done something like this at the Northern campus. And I think they don't only have this in Nassau either, but it's something unique to our campus. But student ambassadors are students who represent University of Bahamas wherever they go. We do recruitment exercise. We have students come over and spend weekends on campus just so they can get a college feel. So it's basically about just expressing our individuality, sharing our experiences at college, and also just mentoring high school students and telling them the importance of why they should come to the University of the Bahamas and make it their first choice.
I love that. And y'all essential in the whole branding of the University of the Bahamas. You're like the first people see when you going out into the field and connecting with these people. So pretty much with people like y'all being intelligent and well versed in what y'all doing, y'all be able to sell people on the University of the Bahamas and get them to want to connect with you doing. So that's powerful. I cut off a clap, so y'all
All right, so that's it. Any other questions, Mr. Moxey?
I can come to you.
Yes, most definitely.
I just wanted to say, it when we say you can't dance. I agree with the comment.
I graduated from LSU, Louisiana State University. But that's all it is. Go on.
Shania?
So, hi again, everybody.
On behalf of the student leadership at the University of the Bahamas, as well as Ms. Lewis and Ms. here we would like to introduce. Here are little ladies with UB logo and a certificate with your name.
All right, thank you. I like that.
Show us a certificate.
What is my? Sorry.
Bobby, you know better than that.
Okay. You know better than that.
A certificate of appreciation presented to Mr. Khalid Moxey for your outstanding contribution to the 4th annual Student Leadership Retreat at the University of the Bahamas, SMART. As a presenter on the topic, Club Recruitment, Marketing, Branding, and Retention.
Oh, sorry, I just saw the retention on the form, right? I didn't address that much, but it's just a short thing. With being able to keep people retained in your group, you gotta be able to live on that promise that you gave them originally and represent that value to them over and over. If you tell somebody to do something and you do it, they can stay around. So, yeah. All right, thank you.